Oh, yes.
Welcome back, one and all. Today we have a quick look at the two new Legion class toys, the mini bots, that have been released in the G1 vintage line from Walmart. These two are the only new toys in this wave, and it's Autobot Gears and Warpath. So, just like any of my other reviews, we're going to take a look at the toys' packaging, instructions, all that, see the toys themselves and their different modes, do some comparisons, and then give some final thoughts. All right, Gears comes on a blister card, just like the other mini bots. Got some nice artwork of him. Very dinky looking little robot. Looks more like a GoBot than a Transformer. Picture of his vehicle mode. Bubble where he's stored. Got a very tiny version of the 1984 battle diorama there. Very simple 4-step transformation instructions. And now you have Gears' tech specs, which take up the largest portion of the whole thing. It's Autobot Gears, function, transport, and reconnaissance. Motto is nobody wins a war, somebody loses. And his description is Gears is antisocial, a self-proclaimed misfit. Finds fault in everything and everyone. Acts this way to help cheer others up as they try to cheer him up. Tremendous strength and endurance, totes heavy loads long distances, launches to height of 20 miles, floats down in compressed air, becomes an easy target due to limited maneuverability, can detect infrared. Then obviously I have the foreign language version down here. Got his stats readout over there. And one thing I find just kind of humorous, the whole time I've been collecting Transformers, there's normally a little note somewhere in the packaging that like parts are made to detach if excessive force is applied and are made to reattach if separation occurs. Well, that wasn't a thing back in G1, until the invention of like ball joints and stuff. Parts were not made to reattach once you broke them. So I love this. It says, note, breaking may occur if excessive force is applied, parts not designed to reattach. Adult supervision may be necessary for younger children. So it's like the opposite of the like 1990s onward warning that you would get, which I just find kind of funny. Next, we have Warpath packaging. You have a really awkward bit of box art. Seems they must have mistransformed him when they gave the artist a reference because he's like halfway transformed. He's kind of like leaning back in a weird way. It just looks very odd. Got a picture of his vehicle mode. All that. Instructions. He's a little more complex. He gets 7 steps. All right. Here's Warpath. Function Warrior. Motto, a good shot is worth more than a good intention. Thinks he's more impressive than his comrades do. Likes to show off his sharpshooting. Boisterous, loudmouthed, raucous sense of humor makes him welcome company. Vain, upset by even the smallest scratch to his blaster barrel. Can go 30 miles per hour over roughest terrain. Hit a hex nut 1.5 miles away. Oh, the wording's weird, but saying he can shoot a hex nut. Okay. Shoots explosives, thermal, cryogenic, acid, sonic shells. Great strength, but helpless if upended. The way they write these are very stilted, and I'm not sure if they're always like that or if they had to like shorten these to fit the second language on there because they don't flow very well. It's not like complete sentences. And again, got the stats there. See, his skill is a 10, so very, very skilled. All right, so Gears turns into this tiny little truck. Looks like a little penny racer. Nothing really special going on here. This back end is kind of floppy. He does have a rep sign right here, which works okay. You can kind of see it there. He's got an Autobot symbol sticker on his hood. A little bit of chrome. Wheels are made of plastic. They roll okay. Not so great on a smooth surface. So, yeah, that's it. For anyone that doesn't know, Gears in the G1 toy line was eventually retooled into Swerve. And you can see their vehicle modes, they're pretty much identical when it comes to sculpt. Nothing very different going on. These shin bits are different here. Now, the interesting thing is, even though Swerve is a retool of Gears, Swerve was actually released first in this new vintage line. In fact, aside from Bumblebee, all of the mini-bots released in the first wave were from the second year, so interesting. All right, to transform Gears, it's very simple. You take his feet, flip them out. They just kind of straighten themselves out. And then you pull his arms out like so. And that's it. Whole transformation. His arms do swing up and down. For some reason, this one's really tight. You can see he's got some more stickers here. He's got an Autobot symbol on his stomach. This cool little triangular sticker on his chest. And then that's his face. And doesn't look like your typical Transformer face. It's just kind of a dome with a visor on it. But that's what his mama gave him. That's all he gets. Here's Swerve for comparison. And you can see, like I said earlier, the shin parts and the feet have been retooled, along with the entire chest and head assembly there. And Swerve gets a more conventional head with a mouth and everything. So, again, they're very simple toys, but it's all they had back in the day. Personally, I like the colors on Gears a lot more. They just kind of, they're more vibrant. They catch your eye. Swerve, I always found, had pretty boring colors, just white and this, like, dreary, reddish, maroonish color. But, I don't know. What do you think? Which one do you like more? All right, then we have Warpath, who turns into a tank. The tank does have a rotating turret, which is good. I'd feel kind of cheated if it didn't. The treads don't actually work, but he has little wheels on the bottom to roll along the ground. He's got a little rub sign right there on the front, which works a little. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Wasn't retooled into anything. Didn't get any kind of redeco until a, what was it, e-hobby exclusive toy that made him a GoBot. Alright, let's transform this dude. So to transform him, you kind of pull him apart like that. You're going to lift him here while bending him back like this, kind of a two-part movement, like so. Then the turret, you're actually going to slide backwards as far as it'll go. Flip his arms down, and then you just swing his head up like that. And this is Warpath's robot mode. Looks better than it did on the packaging once you have him standing straight up, but he's still kind of awkward. Doesn't have proper feet. He's just kind of growing out of the tank treads. Arms do articulate. The head doesn't really articulate, but the turret moves, so I guess you can call that head articulation. And he's just a simple, awkward-looking little robot. Here we have the OG Warpath standing with, personally, my favorite figure of the character. This is his Generations Deluxe toy. All new mold, made specifically for Warpath, and just kind of upgrades him into a much more articulated, much more intimidating looking robot. There is one other Warpath. It's a Combiner Wars Legends one, but I'm not even going to bring him out because aside from the head, he doesn't look anything like Warpath. He's just a very simple retool of a Megatron toy. This is the real comparison you want. So you can see, they got the iconic chest cannon thing going on. He gets a lot more weapons added to his shoulders, though he does still have like a panel in the back of his head to kind of emulate what he's got going on. And instead of just growing out of tank treads, he actually has feet that are just made from the tank treads. You can see G1 Warpath has a much more vibrant red color than this guy. Not really sure which one I like more. They both kind of work, I guess. So yeah, kind of a natural evolution of the character. Personally, I think this is the perfect update. Some people are hung up on his size because, he's supposed to be a mini bot. He should be, no bigger than a Legend size. And they're not satisfied with the Legends one they got because it doesn't look much like Warpath. So, I don't know, maybe those people will get a more proper Legends Warpath down the road. Only time will tell. You might end up seeing him in War for Cybertron or something. All right, and that's really it for these two. Not a whole lot to say. They're very simple. From an engineering perspective, they're kind of a joke by today's standards. But they were cool back in the day. You know, they were a cheaper alternative to kids that want a Transformer and couldn't afford a big, Starscream or something. These toys are currently running either $7 or $8, I forget, at Walmart, which is a lot more than they retailed for back in the day, but inflation's a thing, so probably comes out to be about right. Maybe. I don't know. These are finally starting to hit the shelves. There was a long period of time where they just had a whole bunch of the Wave 1 figures laying around, and then others and myself did finally start spotting these on shelves. So if you want them, pick them up. They're by no means a must buy. They're just great for people that want to get some of that G1 nostalgia, never had these toys, or maybe you had them as a kid and you lost them. It's a good way to pick them back up again. They're very largely unchanged from their original releases, so they feel very authentic. And they're just a cool little thing to have. But I'd like to know what you think of these two. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this review and you want to see others like it or any other Transformers related content, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you always get a heads up when I post something new. I thank you all for joining me today, and with all that said, I will see you next time.